Howdy folks, this is just a quick video to remind you that it's cherry season, and if you can get some nice cherries where you live, then it's time to get some and put them in some brandy. Now, this is the time of year where I also pull the cherries from last year out of the brandy and make my cherry bounce, which is very exciting. This year we got some cherries that I got last year from the farmer's market, as well as a small amount that we got from a friend from their tree. The farmer's market ones were sweeter and the ones from our friend were tartar, sort of a pie cherry or something. Both are delicious. Obviously the cherry brandy, the cherry infused brandy you get from the sweeter ones is a little sweeter, and the other ones is got a bit of a sharp bite to it. But we're just going to mix those two together to make our cherry bounce. So what I decided to do this year is to split my cherry infused brandy into two batches and make two flavors, if you will, of cherry bounce. Auntie Susan really likes it plain, which is delicious, so I don't mind doing that. So about half of it, I'm not going to put any spices in at all, just sugar and the brandy with the cherries. The other half of the batch I decided to do 2 cinnamon sticks, a few cloves, some star anise, and a bit of tonka bean. Now you don't need a ton of spices, a little bit goes a long way, and my batch came out great. So the procedure is very simple. You just strain out your cherries, put the cherry infused brandy on the stove, and add your sugar. I'm doing about 40% by weight. And then if you want to, you can add your spices, let it simmer for a little bit to infuse the spices into the bounce, and you're good to go. So in addition to pulling the cherry bounce out from last year, I went ahead and laid down some more cherry bounce. If you want cherry bounce, this is the time. I got a type from the farmer's market, a dark cherry, I think it was called a Black Beauty or something like that. And I also got some Bing cherries, both a sweeter kind of cherry. The tart cherries come a little later, so you still have time. Still not quite tart cherry season. I pitted them. I have this little cherry pitter thingamajig. I went ahead and put those in a jar. I filled it up with a bottle of brandy, and that didn't quite fill it all the way, so I threw in some odds and ends. I put in some rye and a little bit of some other brandy I had. It's really pretty forgiving. I've used rum in the past. You can use whiskey. Cognac is sort of the go-to, but you certainly can mix and match if you want to. Now, I am going to keep these downstairs in my basement for a year. That's the schedule I've sort of landed on. But a good thing that you could do if you wanted is put them down for 6 months, and then right around December you could pull them out, add your spices and sugar, and make like some holiday gifts for your people. You know, bottle it up into little bottles or something. I think that would be pretty cool. It's a very Christmassy kind of spice. It's a little weird to drink in the summer, but I love it all the time, so I don't really mind. These do taste amazing by themselves. Let me just give this a taste. It comes out with this really dark color because of the darker cherries I used. It's got a really nice spice. It's sweet, but not like cloyingly sweet. Oh, it's so good. I really, really enjoy this. Now you can totally sip it by itself. Obviously, we like to make cocktails as well. This works great in like a whiskey sour, sort of a whiskey sour variation. It also works well as a substitute for cherry herring, especially the plain one. You could use it for any drink really that calls for cherry herring, but remember the Maine, for example, is a really good one, a classic that we like to make. So give it a go. Feel free to comment if you have any questions about the procedure. You can also check out my other cherry bounce videos, which I've done in the past, if you need any further explanation. If you have any cocktail ideas, go ahead and leave them down in the comments. And yeah, enjoy. Have fun. No rules, and we'll see you next time.